I got very bad feedback from him from residents within the township. So, but he's taken cases that he didn't finish, and they've then had to go find other attorneys, and then they've been gone to the Supreme Court, so I've not heard a good word. Just what I've gotten called on, that's all I know, since the last meeting.
I've had reports he was well respected, so.
Yeah, I don't know. You sure you want to say that on tape about a lawyer? I'm just asking you. Because it's kind of veiled, you don't have no specifics.
I know the case, but I will not talk about it, because I don't know the, I'm not, they didn't say if I could say the case, so.
Anybody else?
Just a comment.
Yeah.
I think it would be pretty easy to find anybody to say something bad about an attorney and something good about an attorney. I mean,
Yeah.
I say just pick one of them.
Does anybody know anything derogatory or negative about the attorney that's here tonight? Any of you?
No.
Doug?
I don't have any personal information.
Cam?
Wait, you said you don't know personal information. Okay.
No.
No, I'm just saying, you
I had a
know,
telephone conversation with him.
there was one at the initial meeting that you guys ruled out because there was 2 or 3 people that commented derogatory things, so you ruled him out, that's fine, because it was an agreement. You're saying there's something negative about him, and then, but the guy that's here, is there, if anybody knows anything negative or derogatory, other than just, it's not your first choice, is what I'm getting at. You know what I mean?
It's a solicitor.
So right now, it's already a dead vote.
Okay, Ed.
You have a couple attorneys that's at the same price. One has X amount of number of years, one doesn't, of experience. It's like a no-brainer. You're paying for the experience, you want the knowledge. It's gonna cost you the same.
Okay. Anybody else? Motion and a second for Jeffries, right? Is that what it is? How do you vote?
Doug,
No.
Kathy,
Yes.
Tammy,
Oh,
Ed,
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
No bend.
Okay,
I have a question.
Either way.
Kathy.
Does the board need an attorney? Does the township need an attorney?
Right now, yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Doug, does the township need an attorney?
Absolutely.
Okay, so, my question would be, what is the requirement that the 4 of you, or 3 of you, or 1, can come to an agreement on and not sit up there and stonewall each other? Because you look pretty ridiculous when it gets posted. So when we walk away from here, and I don't care who's sitting up there, the conversation should be, we require this. This attorney has this. We may not like the other person who made the motion. We may not like each other, but this township needs to function and have an attorney. So my answer is, stop it. Act like an adult. Really.
Okay.
So what is it? What can all of you agree on? Doug, what can you agree on?
I'll take 2 out of the 3, so.
Where's Laker and Laker based out of?
What's the problem with Liker and Liker? Tell us what you know that's bad.
No, I didn't ask you that.
No, I'm asking
I'm
that.
not asking about
I'm asking
attorneys
that.
specifically. I'm
I
asking.
want to know if there's something that the rest of us should know that would change my mind about it. What is it?
No, I just didn't particularly care for him. I thought that Mr. Jeffrey was a little better fit for the township. I did. I think Mr. Hoffricker, I don't have a problem with that either.
This guy.
He's here, we can keep him.
This guy was my first choice when I looked at all 5 resumes. I thought that he would be, just based on paper, that he would be a better fit for the township.
Where's he based out of, Ed?
Washington. I
Washington.
don't like the fact that he's only been doing municipal law for 6 years.
He doesn't have, he
doesn't.
admitted he doesn't have that
No.
much municipal
He has to look in his
experience.
book just for a meeting advertisement. That, to me, that's,
What the heck does that mean? We got a 30-year veteran over here. that
You don't believe
can't
me,
take
so
it.
why would you believe
So
him?
Dennis did the same thing.
Yeah, they all
Right, I
do.
understand.
That's why they make the book.
Buffalo has had the same issues with their board, and I think he's got experience to deal with it too.
You waving that, or do you want to recognize?
I'm exercising
Oh.
my hand, but I do have something.
Yeah.
Didn't he miss 2 interviews?
Say again?
Did this guy miss 2 interviews?
No, he wasn't available.
he said he could come
But we had one
Tuesday.
meeting scheduled to interview solicitors. And we had a guy that didn't show up. Was this the guy?
He couldn't make that
We
night.
didn't let him know in a timely manner.
And then we had a special meeting, wasn't that for a solicitor? I'm just asking, I really don't know, I didn't pay much attention to that.
Again, we didn't let him know in a timely manner.
We don't check first.
What are you,
I got an email that said he could come on Tuesday.
with all these special meetings that you have, is he gonna be able to make them also? Or is he gonna have to require more notice?
I think that one was, you had a meeting Monday night, and originally he said he
the
could be there
week-
Tuesday.
Originally he did,
but
and I
at-
had said to I
If you
sent an
didn't
email
contact him
saying,
the
what
next-
do we want to do? Do we want to see if we can schedule for another night? What do we want to do? Nobody answered, so you get what you get.
So if you do it, schedule to continue it the next night without checking with him, then
So I said that night.
Yeah.
you need a solicitor.
Oh, we got the veterans.
You're
sitting
probably
up
not gonna
there.
get one until you have the next supervisor
Yeah.
sitting at the table.
I agree. You got Doug sitting up there, Doug sitting through Maple, Furman, whoever they was. You just brought him in, flopped him down the chair, Doug sat through that, why don't you sit through Doug's attorney, the one he's choosing? For 30
Not my
days.
attorney, no.
No, I'm just saying, the one that you're proposing to hire, sit through him for 30 days, you don't like him? Go to your second
I
choice.
said that cuts both ways. Why?
He already did it for you once, Ed.
Do we have a formal resignation from Macon Associates yet or not?
Written? No.
I was gonna ask that.
I called him and tell him we need him at the meeting.
It was in the newspaper from the attorney saying he quit.
Oh, it was?
Yes, it's in the
Oh.
newspaper,
Oh,
When?
it is?
yes. In that article,
Oh,
it's
Yeah,
written in the
because he-
nowspaper that he said he resigned.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
He did,
Yes.
yeah.
What's that?
I guess that's in writing then.
Okay, well,
It's written in there, I mean, that's what
Yeah,
I'm on. from
that's
the-
true, right. But if he hasn't.
we're not gonna
tendered a
keep this
formal
guy any
resignation-
longer. It's not fair to him. I will make one final motion to hire Hoffichter, if you wanna do that.
I'll second it.
You got a motion and a second, I don't think there's any sense discussing it. How do you vote?
Kathy,
Yes.
Doug,
No.
Tammy,
No.
Ed.
That guy should thank his lucky stars when he get back.
Yeah, I'm- Pretty good. Oh.
Probably ran.
He did, and he left his bag first.
Probably leaves them everywhere.
It's cheaper to start. It's easier to start over than it is to come back. Well, then I make a motion, we pay bills.
Okay, hang on a second. We voted on you twice. It was 2-2 each time. We're obviously not gonna get a solicitor until we fill this open seat.
Okay,
It's not fair to keep you out there roaming around.
that's fine. The only other thing I was gonna mention to you is that, of course, you could take any particular action here and then at the next regular meeting when it starts, reaffirm the prior action. that's neither here
And
nor there.
that's,
at this
well,
point.
I think I'd recommend that on this.
I appreciate you coming and I appreciate you giving us the advice. Thank you.
All righty.
Okay. You want to make a motion to pay bills? Since there's some question, Tam or Kathy or Sharon, when, are these gonna be late if we don't do them? Or
All the insurance ones, yeah.
they're reoccurring bills? They shouldn't need, if they're reoccurring, they shouldn't need.
There's one in there for envelopes that we need to pay Sharon back for.
For the tax collector stuff?
Yes,
But our card didn't work.
no,
I tried 3 times, and 3 times it showed it coming out of the account, and when I go in to check it, it wasn't
Didn't come
there.
out.
So I just finally used
Did we
my
get it
card.
fixed? Was the card fixed?
I don't know whether it's something with the bank. I've gone up there to cash a check, and I think Tammy did
Is
too.
it a debit card? Is that what it is?
Yeah. But they told me they had it taken care of, and
So all but that one are reoccurring bills, so we don't have to vote on these,
no, I guess you wouldn't. Just
right?
the one for me.
We've,
And you can pay that one and put it on the list to ratify it for next session.
okay. Then I'll entertain motions to adjourn.
So moved.
Oh, you got a motion on the floor?
Do you?
We do?
Do we need a motion?
Died for lack of a second. Nobody seconded it.
Before you adjourn, is it even possible, in the realm of possibility, that you could vote to hire this gentleman as an interim solicitor, and just listen, hear me out, as an interim solicitor, till you guys can get together, either, we have a meeting coming up, to fill the board, to hopefully make a deciding factor on a decision maker, okay? As an interim solicitor, so you can get things done, so you can be within the law, till you guys can agree on a solicitor hire. If he is willing to do that, could you not do that on a, till the next meeting even? The interim basis, if he's willing to do that. Then you might just find out that he's a good fit for the job, or if not, if he's willing to take it, till you guys can agree on hiring a solicitor. Because how long are we gonna run without a solicitor? We've already got lawsuits, ongoing litigation, we've got problems and issues, we need legal guidance.
I agree.
Is that not agreeable, what's in the best interest of the township, to look out for the people and the residents, to have a solicitor, if he's willing to do that? I'm not speaking for him.
You don't understand,
Is that-
JD. If
I'm saying-
Clarence Darrow could walk through the door, and if Doug didn't like him, that's it.
I'm appealing to all four of you, not just you, I addressed you because you're the chairman. So I'm appealing to all four of you, in the best interest of the township in general and its residents. Can we not agree, if this gentleman would take the position on that understanding, on that contingency, that basis of an interim attorney, whether it's till the next meeting or however long it takes you guys to pick a solicitor. If you want to advertise, you guys still have not advertised for solicitor. If you're not agreeable on the three that there was, then open it up. I'm not saying he will, I'm just saying, then you can open it up and advertise if you can't agree on what you have. Let's do something and move forward in the right direction and get something done. Can we agree to do that?
I agree.
We got a motion on the table to adjourn.
I'll withdraw that, but I want to make one statement. I sent an email about 3 weeks ago to the board members, I'm not sure if Sharon got it or not, but urging this board to move very quickly on getting a solicitor. And we got a response back from Mrs. Cross, if I'm wrong, tell me, but it was something to the effect that we were getting along just fine without one.
we were, and then we called around and got people to come interview.
Well, I tried at that point.
You
in
wanted
time,
to have a special meeting,
I wanted to
remember?
get it in gear.
Who cares?
The audience,
So what, so
It
what,
doesn't
so
matter.
No,
you're
it
telling
does make a
me,
point. I'm just making a point. I tried to get the board into gear to do
so
this.
now you're mad and you're not gonna
No,
play, is that
no.
what you're saying?
You can say that if you want to say it. I'm not saying that. No.
in the interest, JD, if we could get Mr. Hofficker here as an interim basis, I'll make that motion.
You better ask him first.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't seem very convinced.
It's interim, so I don't have a lot to lose.
Yeah.
Alright. You made a motion then?
I also made a
You made a motion. We'll come back to it. Is that
It's fine.
What was Kathy's motion?
She wanted to pay the bill.
to do what JD wants?
I don't think you can appoint them interim solicitor.
I
You
don't,
can appoint them solicitor. There is no such position as interim solicitor in the county.
Can I have a question?
Whatever terminology you need to use.
hang on. I'll second it just so we can discuss it. Alright. We got a motion and a second. Discussion. Karen.
I just had, the question I have is, any solicitor that you have, is there anything that says you have to keep them for a year? If you had a solicitor that you didn't, let's say say you picked one and you didn't like what, in 2 months, you can ask them, you can get rid of them then. So what is the difference? I don't, that's what I'm asking. So there isn't like there's not a year contract or a term or anything? Well, then that's the only question I had, answered that.
They serve at the direction of the board.
The pleasure of
Huh?
the board.
They serve at the pleasure of the board.
Anybody else? What's the motion again? To hire Mr. Hockfechter on a temporary basis? Is that?
I don't know.
You don't even have to say
Temporary
that,
for what
they're
you
all
just said.
temporary.
Right?
Say
They're all
again,
How about a
temporary.
3-month term?
will you amend
Everything could be your
your,
last.
Sure, 3 months.
Then it'll have to be revisited at that time.
I thought they said, no, you didn't have to, you just hire him
Yeah,
and
you
if
don't hire
he's.
one for 3
I
months.
want
Just
them
let
to
it
review
go,
in
just
3
let it go,
months.
just let it go.
Oh, okay, okay.
okay, we got a motion. So the motion has changed, it's been amended. The motion is to hire Mr. Hockfechter for,
3
I'm
months.
probably butchering his name, I'm
3
sure.
months.
But, for 3 months. And I seconded the original motion, and I will second the amended motion.
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
How's that gonna affect if your 3 months comes by and you still have litigations going on? and then he-
Will not end that litigation.
But then
At
also,
that time.
I believe in his speech he was giving about how he can't be in conflict. And part of your conflict with some of this litigation is board against board. So how's he gonna represent you guys against the other ones?
Board against board.
No, it would be township against township is the issue.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about the lawsuits on, with the board.
Yeah, well, it's the board as a whole. He is, any solicitor is the solicitor for the entire board.
Right, but Ms. Croft keeps saying she has her attorney
Yeah.
that's going to represent herself against you guys. That's, I believe you can
No.
look at Facebook and read that, I just watched it again.
Okay.
You guys have internal stuff, and a lot of it's legal stuff that none of these attorneys are aware of.
Okay.
And it seems to me it's a conflict when you have board against board, or board against employees, same thing.
Nobody on the board is suing another board member at this
There is
time.
a threat.
Okay, there's a threat of, North Korea dropping a nuke on West Valley too.
I don't need the smart comments, I'm not being smart.
Yeah, but
It's
wouldn't
a
that be
non-issue
true
at
if
this
any-
point.
Yeah, it would be true if it was
Let's
any
vote.
solicitor.
It's a
Another meeting to do.
non-issue unless the employee drops her, or doesn't drop her lawsuit, I believe is the way her attorney puts it out there. I mean, she's the one who put the papers out there, I didn't.
Again, any solicitor, not just this one, will represent the entire board.
Okay, but you give it 3 months and say everything's not settled, you're gonna just up and say, oh, you're gone, forget it, we're gonna get somebody started new? I mean, that's kinda not fair to the township.
We have nobody now.
3 months is better than nobody.
Well, they probably have somebody if they get the supervisor up there to make their 5th vote.
Okay, we
because
got a
they
motion and a
voted on
second.
this
Anybody
like 3
else?
times.
Motion and a second.
One last thing, Ed, can he start immediately?
Alright. He must be a real glutton for.
Is he? I didn't,
He said yes.
okay.
He said yes.
Alright,
And I'd like to have the motion read back.
read the motion.
Kathy amended her motion to hire Hoffrichter to a 3-month term. Effective immediately.
Yep.
Ed
They
seconded
agree
it.
that there
All
doesn't
right.
have to be a time on it, nobody put a time
Hey,
on it.
could I just,
How, yeah.
Hold on.
why don't you do it to a meeting in 3 months, 3 months from today? You're gonna have to do it to a meeting in 3 months. 3 months from today is
Yeah,
probably not a
With
meeting.
that, they
Right,
agreed with
correct.
me, then they told me no.
Oh, okay, you understand that?
Big 3-month meeting,
The meeting,
third meeting.
yeah,
meeting the once that 3 months is met.
you good with that, Kathy? You made the motion.
Right, it'll be like the 15th of July.
Kathy, you good with that?
Yes.
All right, we get a motion and a second. How do you vote?
Tammy,
Oh,
Kathy,
Yes.
Doug,
I'll vote yes.
Ed,
Yes. I don't know whether to congratulate you or not.
you're not gonna have a motion.
Thank you.
Now go sit up there, because it's in
Well, let's ask our new solicitor if you can make your motion. You want to make a motion
To pay the bill for Sharon.
to pay?
$633.65 for her reimbursement of the invoice.
I don't know a lot about this. Is there any reason it occurs to
Other than the advertisement thing that came up earlier.
Again, I'm gonna say any and all business, I would do it and just revisit it the next meeting and reconfirm. I think you're safe
Okay.
doing it that way. So, do I think you can today? Yes. Do I think you should revisit it and just say at the last meeting we did X, let's do it again? Yes.
All right, I'll second the motion. Anybody got any questions, comments?
saved my marriage.
Huh?
Just saved my marriage.
How do you vote?
Tammy,
Yes.
I can't remember my
Yes.
age.
Doug,
Yes.
Ed,
Yep.
She did what we have, and spend money we don't really have for the better of
Okay.
someone else.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Anybody not want to go to the vacancy board meeting?
Is that optional?
How do you vote?
Kathy,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Doug,
Yeah.
Ed.
Yep. Vacancy chairman just got up and walked out. We're adjourned at
Yeah, I didn't know where they